I recently put out a poll and a lot of you said that you wanted rants on the channel. And I'm not just going to jump into a random rant and just start talking rubbish. I am currently enjoying playing the Division 2, and it's odd for me to actually say I'm enjoying playing it. But I did a search on YouTube and found multiple videos of people complaining about issues ever since TU15. I've seen issues with targeted loot that come from Kamikaze Von Doom. I've seen issues with a couple of things from Lieutenant Buzz Lightyear, which will be the main focus of the video. I just wanted to spread more awareness of the issues. But first, I want to take you through their Twitter because I've on and off been keeping up to date with the game and what's happening. I've not been playing it too much, but I have been looking through their Twitter. When they released TU15 on May 12th, they had to extend the maintenance. And they said by approximately an hour, it took them an extra hour and a half. And yeah, granted, some of this is going to be nitpicky. But the fact that they've had 1.5 years to work on this stuff is ridiculous. It should not, for what they added into the game, it shouldn't have even taken 9 to 12 months. But it took them 1.5 years to get this stuff into the game. So they completed that maintenance. They started off the new Manhunt with Season 9. They posted about Twitch drops. You can see all this stuff on their Twitter account. They made the game free for the weekend. And then they started doing maintenance, and as always, the maintenance is 3 hours long. But the first one they did had absolutely no notes for it. Then they posted about it being completed. Then they showed all the leagues and upcoming targets and stuff. Then they identified an issue with the Twitch drops, and they were working to resolve it. And then they showcased the Heartbreaker gearset, which we'll talk about in a minute. Then they went to, I believe they went to 15.1. Oh no, that was coming on May 31st. So they had a list of fixes for that. In prioritising this hotfix, the apparel event will now be pushed out 1 week to start on May 31st. So there was an issue with the apparel event. Then the maintenance got done. Polarity switch came back. Then there was a note from the development team. As you know, for exotics to start dropping as world activities rewards, you need to obtain them through their initial source at first. Then they said they've heard concerns about the 15.1 changes published last week. They're happy to say that the Season 9 exotics will remain available in the general loot pool and exotic caches no matter your season pass progression. So I believe they messed up with the exotics there. Then there was another message. There was an update following the discovery of a mistake in the amount of proficiency points gained from kill XP, and they've been forced to recalculate every player's progress. So the expected level cap for Season 9 is 20, and allowing higher levels now will have considerable impact on the long-term balance of the game. They never cared for the long-term balance before. And then they said that the adjustment will be rolled out May 31st. So then it comes to May 30th, the servers will shut down tomorrow, there was patch notes for it, the downtime is 3 hours. They had an issue with some of the exotics for Season 9 not being displayed on the wall in the shooting range. They had quite a few different issues they had to fix on that day. And then, would you take a look at that? We know you're eager to get some new kit for your agents, so keep your diary free on Thursday 2nd of June, when we will have a maintenance to deploy the apparel event. The in-game timer will display the wrong date, please disregard this info. So they delayed the apparel event again. And then also, due to item upgrades being reset to 0 when playing Conflict, we decided to temporarily restrict access to the PvP game modes. Please expect the mode to be unavailable until the issue is fixed. Then they had a maintenance, and it's just been a massive mess, the whole thing. Then they put out another message. As previously shared, we had to delay the apparel event as a major issue related to the new vanity item, the backpack, was found at the last minute. The apparel event will start on Tuesday. The rewards will be granted once a new patch is deployed at a later date during the apparel event. We've also fixed the issue with Conflict, which will be available starting on Tuesday. So the PvP side of the game, Conflict was down. And then they had to extend the maintenance by about 2 hours. And then they also posted again, because this was, the downtime is supposed to be 3 hours on Tuesday the 7th of June. And the apparel event will start once the maintenance is completed. So it didn't actually start until June the 7th. So it was delayed, until May 31st, and then until the 2nd, and then actually got released on the 7th. But with that, they said that it needs to be delayed or extended by approximately 2 hours. And that was at 11:47 a.m. And then we know you're excited to get stuck into the new apparel event, so bear with us as we need some more time to deploy it. The maintenance has been extended by approximately another hour. and that was at 12:56. And then the maintenance actually finished at 2:16. So instead of it starting at 8:30 and finishing at 11:30 in the UK, it started at 8:30 and didn't finish until 2:16 in the afternoon. So it was almost a 6-hour maintenance when it was supposed to be 3. So they did well deploying the apparel event, because I mean there's so much to that. And then they had to let people know regarding Twitch drops. The items will arrive in-game over the next couple of days. Then they started talking about the power plant. Then they also announced that the apparel event starts today. They have a fix ready for the expertise upgraded skills being reset. And then they spoke about the new league starting. Then they had another maintenance. I think they had 3 in 3 days, or there was something like that. And they added the backpacks in for the apparel event. The Hot Zone and Meltdown outfit completions will now receive mask rewards. And they had a red overlay light that was present in the apparel event screens that was fixed. And then, boom, updated the Heartbreaker nerf, which they kept quite silent. But we will get into the Heartbreaker nerf a little bit further into the video. So they fixed that maintenance, or finished that maintenance, and then they started talking about Meltdown. And then they also had to investigate reports of players not getting their compensation caches. And then they had to clarify. And it's just basically, as I said, a massive mess. So, in terms of Heartbreaker, and this info comes from Lieutenant Buzz Lightbeard's video, before we do get into that very quickly, because there was another thing he spoke about, Kamikaze Von Doom, as I mentioned, did a video saying targeted loot's not working properly. Lieutenant Buzz Lightbeard also spoke about PC crashing is really, really common at the moment, like for almost anyone that plays on PC, and they are not looking to fix that until Title Update 16, and the game is now on 15.2. So it could be a little while until PC players get to play the game properly. They had the issue with crashing before. It happened for a very, very, very long time. I believe it was going on for months and months and months, even after they deployed a fix. But now people are having to wait, because I believe they found out about it in April or something like that. It has basically been months this has been going on as well. So now on to Heartbreaker. It was announced for the PTS for TU15 Phase 2 back in April, which is 2 months ago. It was then disabled for Phase 3 due to it making the game crash. There was already plenty of evidence that the gearset was incredibly overpowered due to the stacks being multiplicative. They were supposed to be additive. They didn't touch it then, and they stated that they were happy with where it was at. So there was no need to change it, balance it, fine-tune it, whatever they want to call it, because they were happy with how it was working. Then all of a sudden, they released a maintenance and people started noticing lower damage numbers from the gearset. And then they had to update the patch notes to say, yes, we have touched this, we have nerfed it. We've done the typical, we lied to you, we tried doing a stealth nerf, and then a lot of you noticed, so we had to tell you. So yet again, a year and a half later, after starting work on the content that they've recently released, which is basically for the new mode, which is called Countdown, is essentially just an outdoor summit. They are still absolutely useless when it comes to talking to their community, making sure the game works. They might have a smaller team now compared to what they did a couple of years ago, but so what? They've had plenty of time to do this. They could have got more people to join the team and help them if needed. And the decrease wasn't small in the nerf to the Heartbreaker set. It was about 23% according to Lieutenant Buzz Lightbeard, and that's in PvE, the one place they shouldn't be so heavy-handed with nerfs. So even though I am enjoying it, there are still so many problems with the Division 2. But what we're going to do is leave the video there. Let me know your thoughts and stuff about it all in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed it.